Hey, we're going to look at Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix, and we're going to jump straight in by putting the first finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. When we pluck through it, we're also going to pluck the B and the high E string, so we get 2 notes together. We play it rhythmically as a grace note, so as soon as we hit that 3, we hammer on to the 5th fret with our ring finger. So it's 3 to 5, and that hammer on needs to be hard enough that the 5th fret note is as loud as the 3rd fret note. We just pluck the 3, remember, with a hammer on. Once we've heard the 5th note on the high E, we take the 3rd finger off and we play the 3rd fret again at the B and the 0 on the E the whole time. There it is with the grace note. Then, the next thing once we've done that once is we play the 4th fret of the G with the 2nd finger, and this is a grace note. So as soon as you strike it, you slide down to 2. So it's 4 sliding to 2, pulling off to a 0. So we get... Now the pull off just goes slightly towards the floor, just so you're kind of dragging off the string ever so slightly. So it's 4 sliding to 2, pulling off. Let's try those 2 parts together. Okay, 3 to 5, 3 again, 4 to 2, open G. And then we play the D with a grace note and hammer straight from 0 on the D to 2 on the D. So it gets to that. It's a bit like when we went. Okay, and then the reason I'm using my 3rd finger there at the 2nd fret is because then we build an E major chord. 2nd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D, 1st fret of the G. So we've hammered on to 2, then we put the E chord on, we play the low string, or E and A maybe, middle strings, top strings, back to the low strings. Okay, so I'll show you from the hammer on from 0 to 2 on the D. There's no exact science there. Hendrix, every time he did it a little bit differently, this whole intro. But I, as a rule of thumb, would suggest low E string, maybe the A and D and G, top 2 or 3, back down to the low E. So there's 4 things rhythmically. Low, middle, high, low. Okay? Everything up until there. Fantastic. Then we get this little figure where we move up the neck a little bit. Now, we play the 4th fret of the A and the 4th fret of the D. At the moment, I'm barring both of those strings with my 3rd finger. If you can do that, it's a 4 to 5 slide across both strings, then the low E, and then the 5s again, then the low E, then the 4. So we get, and then we're back into the E. Okay, if you're struggling with that bar with one finger, use your 3rd finger on the A string for the 4th fret, pinky on the 4th fret of the D string. So you get, and when we go back to that E, we're doing the low, middle, high strings. But this time we just do 3 strums, so we don't come back down to the low E, so he just gets. Let's take that section again. Okay, now when we're doing these kind of A and D notes, that's with the slide, low E, 5s, low E, 4, into the E chord. Okay, slowly from the top. Next part of our intro is, now we're up at the 7th fret now with our 1st finger, and we've got another hammer on, but before we do the hammer on to 9, I'm going to get you to try this bar across the D, G and B strings. So we play the D string and we pluck just the D, hammer onto 9, and then we hit the 7 on the G and the 7 on the B. And we do that twice, so 7 to 9 hammer on, then the 7 on the G with the 7 on the B, and we do it again. And then we play the G and B again. And then we finish off with 9 on the D and we slide down the neck. Okay, so that comes after now use the fret markers you might have on your neck to find where the 7th fret is. So 3, 5, 7. And then we go into the kind of chordy verse bit. Cool. For the chords, we're going to use bar chords to look at this initially. I will later in the video show you how you would do it with open position chords. I'm not going to break down the strumming just yet because it's nice and loose, so we'll go through the shapes first. It's a C chord to start. All of these are major chords, so C major, then it goes to G major. So, this is what we call an A-shaped bar chord. If you think of the classic A major down there, 2, 2 and 2 on the D, G and B, that's going to move up 3 frets to the 5th fret of the D, G and B. And then the first finger is going to lay across the 3rd fret, top 5 strings, A, D, G, B and E. Now I'm not too worried about that top note. Those middle 4 strings give me enough information to tell the listener in my ear that that's C. Now, I find it a bit fiddly to use 3 digits for this 5th fret part, so I just put my 3rd finger across the 5th fret of the D, G, B and E. Some people use the pinky, that's cool too. Some people use a combination of their 3rd finger and pinky. Some people do that thing. Whichever's easiest for you. That's our C chord. We stay in the 3rd position and we go to a G chord. Now we're using the E major bar chord shape. We're moving that up to the 5th fret, then the 4th fret, and our first finger's bowing across the 3rd frets. Okay? So we've got C and G. Then we play exactly the same move 2 frets higher. So D is at the 5th fret, bar 7 on the D, G and B with the 3rd finger, and then A. 5th fret bar across all 6 strings with an E major shape. So 6th fret on the G, 7th fret on the A, 7th fret on the D. Let's recap from the start of the chord section. So it's C to G, D to A. Here we go. 1, 2, strum C, then G, then D, then E. Now E is the same as the C and the D at the 7th fret. So it's the 1st finger across A, D, G, B, and E if it can bar that too, and the 3rd finger across the 9th fret of D, G and B. Don't forget you can use other methods of getting that 9th fret kind of cluster of D, G and B note shape. So C, G, D, A, E. Now I've not mentioned strumming too specifically yet because Hendrix always played it differently. The thing to think about here is keeping that down up going. Down up, down up, down up, down up, yeah? You could just strum down up, 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 down up. It's a bit looser than that, it's kind of... As a very basic premise, I would be thinking down, 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 up on each chord. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. We stay on the E for longer, so that's down, 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 up. Yeah? Down, 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 up. Get that locked in and then you can kind of use your kind of personal choice of taste to kind of fill in the blanks. Some mutes work well as well between the changes. So it's C, G, D, A, E. There's a little fill when it sits on that E. You get this C, G, D, A, E. And then it goes back round. So from the E it goes 7 on the E, low E, 5 on the A. So you get 7 on the E, 5 on the A, 7 on the E, 5 on the A. And then you can play an open E string. That's how you major chord. I'll show you that again. I'll play from the C though. 3, 4. Here it comes. Does it twice and then it's back into that C. Cool! Remember, strumming down, 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 up to start with, and then start to fill in kind of the vibe with some mutes and get a bit lazy with it. Now, open position wise, it would just be C, G, D, A, E, yeah? And you could go. So C, let's break through the chords first of all, talk through them. C, 3rd fret of the low E, 2nd fret on the D, open G, 1st fret on the B, high E, open, yeah. And then G, 2nd finger, 3rd fret, low E, 2nd fret of the A string with the 1st finger, open D, open G. I like to go 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E. And then D, keep your 3rd finger down, 3rd fret B, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. You strum the top 4. So we've gone C, G, D, and then A is 2 on the D, 2 on the G, 2 on the B. Strum everything but the low E. And then E is 1st fret on the G, 2nd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D. Yeah, so we've got C, G, D, A, and I put that little 2 on the A, 0 on the D, 2 on the A, 0 on the D. Maybe you could put in the comments below if you recognise that riff from another song. TV theme tune as well, isn't it? Cool! There's one other thing we can add in, and I think we should do that now. Let's play it better this time, so just so you can hear that properly. So. So that happens in the verse as well. You'll hear it on the record. It's 3 on the A string. Use your 3rd finger. Then an open elephant or low E string, and it's 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's 3, and then it moves up to the A string, and we go 2, 3, 4, 5, and I slide up with my 3rd finger to get the 5. You could use your pinky. So we've got, and then on the low E, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so far. And from the 5 on the low E, our 1st finger gets the 4 on the A, and we go 4, 5, 6, 7. 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger. So the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, you do that in unison with the bass on the track. Right, so should we have a quick recap of the different parts? We had and then we're into the chords. Let's break that first bit down. Hammer on, grace note, off the 5 with their kind of droning high E string, and then grace note 4 to 2 slide, pull off to 0, hammer onto the 2 on the D, there's 4 strums on the E, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 strums on the E, and then we had a little kind of 7 to 9 hammer on, 7 on the G and B, and again, and then 9 on the D. Yeah. And then C, chords, G, D, A, E, C, G, D, A, E. And then our fill. 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. That takes us to an E. Now, Hendrix was famous for lots of things. One of them was when he was playing chords, these really tasty fills. Embellishing those tasty chords at the end, so watch this space. I will do a little video detailing how we can kind of incorporate some of that. I hope you enjoy. He is without question the most influential electric guitarist of all time. His stuff sounds great on the acoustic too, so enjoy, get to grips with it.